Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a part 2 of Amber Heard's interview that she did with the Today Show. And all they're doing is the same interview, but they're just chopping it up for us and just throwing us little pieces every single day. So let's get right into it, shall we?
Of course, to my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony. The real-life drama of the defamation case between Amber Heard and her ex-husband Johnny Depp captivated millions of people around the world.
It
Amber Heard
did.
just got exposed.
Johnny, you hit me.
This is so cringe.
With clips spreading across
The
social
bee.
media like wildfire. I think vast majority of this trial was played out on social media. I think that this trial is an example of that gone haywire, gone amok. And the jury is not immune to that.
You think the jury saw it?
How could they not? I think even the most well-intentioned juror, it would have been impossible to avoid this.
I think she says it was impossible for the jurors not to look at social media, maybe because it was impossible for her. Maybe she was looking at it all day long. I mean, we do know she was watching it based off of things she said on the stand. I mean, she brought up why people like Dr. Curry. And it's like, how do you know people like Dr. Curry?
Every single day I passed for 3, 4, sometimes 6 blocks, city blocks lined with people holding signs saying, burn the witch, death to Amber. After 3.5 weeks, I took the stand and saw just a courtroom packed full of Captain Jack Sparrow fans who were vocal.
I mean, do we really think they were all Captain Sparrow fans in that courtroom? She acts like they were all dressed up inside the courtroom, Amber. And I don't know, but it does make me feel kind of good. I don't know about you guys, just knowing that all of Johnny Depp's fans and supporters, because you don't have to be a big fan of him, you could just support him and the truth. I think it makes me feel good just knowing they were all outside of there cheering for Johnny and booing her, like this clip right here.
Hi, good morning.
I have never felt more removed from my own humanity. I felt less than human.
Let's go back to the day of the verdict.
Okay, here we go again. I keep feeling I'm getting, this is what I felt when I was watching her on the stand, like this performance vibes from her. Here we go again. She's going to perform for us, you guys. I don't know. Just be yourself, Amber. Speak the truth. It's probably really hard for you.
Were you feeling confident?
That's a great question.
Oh, gosh, she's thinking of what to say.
I wish I could say yes to that. I want to say yes to you, but it would
Performing.
true.
I feel like she's
even
performing.
if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't tell me.
Oh, here we go.
Look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation.
Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
After the 6-week trial, the jury found Heard defamed Depp in a 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she wrote she was a public figure representing domestic abuse. She never mentioned her ex-husband by name. Depp denied the abuse allegations in court. Heard won just one of 3 claims in her countersuit against her ex-husband. That verdict came less than 2 years after a judge ruled against Depp in a similar case in the UK, in which he sued a British newspaper that called him a wife beater. There was another trial handled it with the same, dealt with the same substantive issues that had even more evidence in. In fact, my evidence was largely kept out. Really important.
All right, what evidence is she even talking about? Because she keeps saying this mountain of evidence I wasn't able to bring into the courtroom. You know, what evidence is it? What's the smoking gun here, Amber? Because I don't think there is one. But I just think it's funny how she continues to make it seem like I had all this evidence and the judge didn't let me bring it into the courtroom. Well, guess what? There's a flip side to that coin because Johnny also didn't get to bring some evidence in. That's how it works. Some evidence gets allowed in and some doesn't. For whatever reasons, I don't know, but she make it seem like it's just me and my mountains of evidence didn't come in. But if it would have changed everyone's thoughts. No, honey, it would not have changed anything. I don't think she has any smoking gun evidence, you guys. I really don't.
Some evidence is admissible in a UK court that is not admissible in a US court. Do you think that maybe he just had better lawyers?
I will say his lawyers did certainly a better job of distracting the jury from the real issues.
For some people,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me rewind that. Hold on.
maybe he just had better lawyers.
I will say his
did.
lawyers did certainly a better job of distracting the jury from the real issues.
For some people,
So Johnny's lawyers did a better job at distracting the jury. So did she just rat on herself and throw her team under the bus? Were they trying to be a distraction? But guess what? Johnny had a better team at doing it. God damn it. I can't believe she just said that.
they just were frankly disgusted by the whole thing and don't have much sympathy for either one of you. Can you understand that?
Absolutely. I would not blame the average person for looking at this and how it's been covered and not think that it is Hollywood brats at their worst. But what people don't understand is it's actually so much bigger than that. This is not only about our First Amendment right to speak.
But here's the thing about the First Amendment. The First
Get her,
Amendment
girl, get her.
protects free speech. It doesn't protect lies that amount to defamation.
Yes.
And that was the issue in the case.
Yes, exactly. You can't go into free speech does not protect you if you
Fucking Amber.
go into a crowded theater and you scream fire. We get the concept of free speech from the Greeks. My understanding of what that means is not just the freedom to speak. It's a freedom to speak truth to power.
In arguments, the deaf lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
All right, you guys, help me make sense of that. I don't understand why she said that. That just threw me off when I first heard it. And don't be confused, Amber. They're saying you gave the performance of your life. No one said it was a good one. Okay, so don't get all cocky here.
You're living in violence and it becomes normal, as I testified to. You have to adapt.
You say you were responding, but there is evidence. There are tapes in which you acknowledge hitting. There are tapes in which you say, I started the fight.
I know much has been made of these audio tapes. They were first leaked online after being edited. What you would hear in those clips are not.
Man, Amber just reminds me so much of a typical liar. They get caught with evidence and they will go around that shit every which way they possibly can. Hey, I have a photo of you cheating. That wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's you. No, that wasn't me. I mean, she goes around it in circles. The audio was edited now, she's saying.
Evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser.
But I am looking at a transcript that says,
Get her, girl.
He says,
Get
you
her.
start physical fights, and you say, I did start a physical fight. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. I mean, this is in black and white. I understand context.
Her response.
But you're testifying and you're just telling me today, I never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying you did.
As I testified on the stand about this, is that when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that, say, you or I do with the luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white, because it's anything.
I wonder what Savannah's really thinking. Her face, she's like, you're schooling us on it. Yes, okay.
But when you're living in it.
But then there are other times, there's another tape where you're taunting him and saying,
Yes.
Oh, tell the world, Johnny Depp, I, a man, am a victim of domestic violence.
20-second clips or the transcripts of them are not representative of even the 2 hours or the 3 hours that those clips are excerpt from.
Could your side have just put the whole 3 hours in then?
I'm not a lawyer. As I testified to, I was talking in those recordings as a person in extreme amount of emotional, psychological, and physical distress.
He
And
says
it
he
doesn't-
never,
How about this creepy giggle here?
That's what I do. You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you've got every
Yeah, no, I don't hear anyone in distress whatsoever.
you. Never. Is that a lie?
Yes, it is.
What about the witnesses who said they have seen you instigate physical
Exactly.
violence?
I've seen firsthand how people will file rank and support the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of his witnesses any names. I'm here to just kind of talk about it.
Okay, this is what I don't understand. She's saying she won't, and she did this on the stand when they asked, are you saying this person is lying? She won't say they are lying. Why not? You say you're telling the truth, correct? So if someone comes on the stand and says a lie, I would be upset over that. I'd be like, yes, they are lying. They're a liar. I would be so floored over that. She's like, I'm not going to call them a liar. You know why you're not going to call them a liar? Because they're not lying. You are.
Talked about what I did. I talked about the horrible language. I talked about being pushed to the extent where I didn't even know the difference between, right and wrong. I will always continue to feel like I was a part of this, like I was the other half of this relationship, because I was. And it was ugly and could be very beautiful. It was very, very toxic. We were awful to each other. I made a lot of mistakes.
So what do you guys think? That's the end of that part of the interview. They're supposed to do another one, I think, tomorrow. And I think there's that whole sit down on Friday. I don't know. I'm already exhausted with just looking at her and hearing her BS. I feel like with Amber, it's just the same shit a different day. But I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Are you just sick of her already? I thought she wanted to get on with her life. Huh? I thought she was like, Johnny, let me live my life. I thought she wanted to move on with her life. But here we are. I don't know. Maybe she will. Maybe this will be the only interview she does. I hope so, but we shall see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, if you're not already a subscriber and you like true crime without the added bullshit or drama, then stick around, hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Bye, guys.